Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, February the 22nd. Holy cow. We are almost into March. How did that happen? February 22nd is National California Day. Ooh, how do you celebrate that? National Cook a Sweet Potato Day. I know you'd celebrate that. You would cook a sweet potato. And it's National Margarita Day.
I can celebrate that one.
Oh, that would be a fun one for you to celebrate. In addition to those three things, it is also a Movie Star Monday, and I am super excited to visit with very funny comedian and actor George Wallace. I think he was performing in Vegas one time when we were out there. I'm almost positive. I saw like a big poster of him there, but he's a super funny guy. I've seen him do stand-up on television. I've never seen him in person. I would love to see him sometime.
I would too.
Funny dude, and I am so excited to chat with him again for our Movie Star Monday. He's been in a ton of movies. He's been in like one of the Batman movies. I think he was the mayor, if I remember correctly. He was most recently in a movie with Adam Sandler, Hubie Halloween, but he was also in Mr. Deeds. He's been in several other Adam Sandler films because Adam is a huge fan. So excited to chat with George Wallace coming up in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A new study claims people tend to speak slower when they're telling a lie. So if you've got somebody that is not being honest, they're not fast talking. They slow down
Really?
to tell the lie. I would think that they would talk faster when they're telling a lie.
Yeah, you would think so.
Thinking quick on their feet.
But
Look,
I
this,
suppose because they are thinking about what they're about to say, it
Yeah.
takes a little bit longer to come out.
Yeah, so then I hit a pothole. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
And then when I got here, then the lady at the door, she wouldn't let me in. That's why I'm late. Yeah. A Harris poll found that 84% of Americans are experiencing anger, anxiety, or sadness. Well, they were taking a poll telephone call, so maybe that's why. You ever get one of those calls, by the way? A Harris poll or any of those, like
No,
a
you know
telephone
what?
survey?
They call you, but they don't.
they do.
They don't ever ask me.
They hang up on me, and they're like, this guy's way too chatty.
Yeah.
Time to go. Goodbye.
I think they probably just know I wouldn't
Yeah.
deal with their shenanigans anyway.
Probably not. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. I want to remind you, addiction is no laughing matter.
Right.
But we talk about this not because we want to make fun of the addiction, but we want to talk about the person and then hopefully remind people that, hey, you can get help. That's what timeforrehab.com is all about. A policeman in England spotted a car going 70 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour residential area and then gave chase. In addition to speeding, the driver was going the wrong way, driving in the dark without headlights, and he was drunk. Oh, by the way, he was also 13.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, police caught him when he lost control and crashed. A judge banned him from driving to start when he becomes eligible for a driver's license. So, like, someday when he's old enough to drive, they're going to say,
can't drive.
No, you can't
Whoa.
drive. No.
Oh
That
my
was a bad
gosh.
idea. So, boy, I hope this kid gets the help he needs. He's 13, and he stole a car, and he was driving drunk.
Yeah. Oh.
Not good. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. There's a reason Yellowstone is such a popular series. Taylor Sheridan's Western series follows the Dutton Family. I hope I'm saying that right. We have not watched it. I've talked to several people on it.
Oh, yeah,
Your dad was watching it. We watched a
Yep.
little bit of it with him. I was like, oh, I talked to him, and I talked to him, and I talked to him. Anyway, it's incredibly captivating, led by an iconic cast, including Kevin Costner, Luke
him.
Grimes, who we've talked to, Kelly Riley, I think we might have talked to as well. Fans of the Paramount Network series can get excited because apparently there's a new prequel series in the works. There was a teaser during the Super Bowl. The series will be titled Year 1883.
Okay.
I think it's going to follow the origin story of where they came from and how they ended up where they ended up and settled down in Montana. According to a press release, the new show will be a stark retelling of Western expansion and the Duttons settling down in the untouched area at that point of America. So,
Interesting.
a lot of folks excited about it. Thanks for listening to Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. Anybody who's taken public transportation knows that whatever gets left behind often is just gone. Like if you
Right.
forget something in a taxi or on a bus or anywhere, don't expect it back. Except for, apparently, a $22,000 gold and silver flute. Donald Raven is once again holding and playing the flute left to him by his grandmother. He forgot it on a train seat in Chicago. This happened like a couple weeks ago. He was riding the train from O'Hare International Airport during a layover before his return to Berklee College of Music in Boston. When he got off, he realized he'd left behind his flute. He rode the train for hours in hopes of finding the flute. When it came up empty, he reported the missing instrument to police and took to social media to tell people what happened. A comment on Facebook about the flute said that it had showed up at a pawn shop. Apparently, a homeless man had found it and used it as collateral for a $550 loan. It's a $22,000 flute.
Wow.
So he got it back, which is pretty cool. British police say nobody was hurt when a group of teens threw items at one another in a street fight. Police say the brawl involved a bunch of youth armed with things like chains and a bicycle and a shopping cart and a metal kitchen sink and other items. What kind of fight is this? It has everything but the kitchen. Oh, no, it was in there. The kitchen sink was in there. So I don't exactly know what was going on, but luckily nobody was seriously hurt. Grandparents can pass along powerful life lessons to the next generation. And one man is trying to do just that by teaching his grandchildren that it's never too late to make amends. Recently, a Los Angeles police department posted on social media they received an interesting package, a pair of handcuffs and $100 and a heartfelt apology. The package was sent by a 74-year-old man in San Diego County. More than 60 years ago, the man, when he was a teen,
Right.
he was at a local restaurant, a Bob's Big Boy, and he witnessed a scuffle involving an LAPD, a police officer there. He ended up with the officer's handcuffs after they flew off of him and slid towards him. He picked them up, took him home, held on to him for all this time, thought it was kind of cool back in the day. But now he wrote this letter. He said, I felt a little guilty each time I saw the cuffs. And over the years, I did nothing about it. Recently, his grandsons, aged 6 and 9, visited him, and they were playing with plastic handcuffs. That's when the grandfather showed him the real ones. He shared the story of how he got them. The kids were surprised. They said, Grandpa, you stole these handcuffs? And he said, I had no good explanation, and I admitted what I did was wrong. He felt guilty, so he sent the handcuffs back to the LAPD, along with a donation of $100 and an apology that was later posted on their social media.
And made it a teaching moment for his grandkids.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
That is very, very cool. I've got a link to that story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's insurancechicken.com.
It's another Movie Star Monday, and our guest today, in addition to being a movie star, he's also a very funny comic. So it's kind of a comedy call and Movie Star Monday all mixed into one. And we've got very funny comedian, Mr. George Wallace, joining us. How you doing, sir?
Hello, everybody. Hello there, John. Hello, Heidi. Heidi, ho. I bet you never want to hear that again in my life.
Now, you've got a bunch of fun stuff that you've done, but you've got a new book. Let's talk about, am I saying this right? Bull Twit and whatnot?
You got it. I thought you said something else for a second, are you? That's why I wrote the book. Everybody was saying, that's some bull twit. That's some bull twit. I think that's what they were saying. So that's why I wrote the book, Bull Twit and Whatnot. The little online ramblings of George Wallace, my little venting and little things I just have fun with, the little few characters and tweeting. And I was voted the top 25 funniest tweeters in the world by Rolling Stone magazine. So that's why I decided to put the book together, because I'm a senior citizen. I've been doing comedy since 1883, and most people my age don't do social media. But I said, why should I give these jokes away for free? Then I thought about, well, there's people in the world who will never get to see you, so do a few of your little jokes online, and I'm glad I did it. It's a lot of fun. It brings happiness to me and a lot of people around the world. It's just little online ramblings like, we were so poor, my dog could only afford one rabies. It's just little jokes like that, little things like that. Come on.
Now, you've done a ton of shows in Las Vegas, but this last year and a half has been really tough on Vegas, hasn't it?
This year's been tough on everybody on the world, and it's been really tough. It's tough on me. I'm quarantined here, locked up, incarcerated in Atlanta. It's changed my life. Like I said, I'm sitting here right now, my eating habits. This morning I had the hot dog and potato salad for breakfast. But it's changed. Everything is different. I'm trying to stay my social distancing. My daughter drove by yesterday to see me, and I live on the 25th floor, so I went out on the balcony and I waved at her. Social distancing. I told her, keep moving. So it has changed my life, but I'm able to sit down and write jokes and make other people happy. I got the greatest job in the world, and I know you guys do. You and Heidi making people laugh. All I do is lie. That's all I do. I just lie. I just love making up stuff. I love to lie.
But the best part of that, George, is you're never wrong. You just made it up.
This is exactly right. If I were a politician, I would never lie to the people. I might bend the truth. I would never lie. But I do lie. I love lying. I love lying.
Now, something I discovered, I hadn't heard this before, but it says that you used to live with Jerry Seinfeld. Is that right?
Okay. Who was Jerry's best friend on the show? Come on. What's the name?
George Costanza.
Well, I'm George. I'm the real George. I'm the one I'm his roommate for 13 years.
Really?
129 West 81st Street, New York City. We're going to go back and buy the place. I'm his roommate for 13 years. I was best man at his wedding. Did you hear me?
Nice.
Best man at his wedding. I'm also the father of his kids. Yes, now you know who the real George is. If you watch Comedian Cars Getting Coffee, you'll see us together. We still talk at least 4 or 5 times a day. You couldn't ask for a better friend than Jerry Seinfeld.
That's
Actually,
really cool.
The richest man in comedy. How about that?
That is very cool.
That's a blessing for me, because if he got a jet, hell, I got a jet. I take advantage of it. He got a yacht, I got a yacht. We're good friends, and we don't understand it. His family doesn't understand it, but there's some things that are not meant to be understood. But I thank God for giving me a friend like him. And when you come to Las Vegas, he walks out on my stage, I walk out on his stage. Everybody in Las Vegas, it's Chris Rock, Chris Tucker, Kathleen Madigan, so many great. We just have a lot of fun, and it's a blessing to be in the laughter business. That's why I wrote the book, Bull Twit and Whatnot. And people can get the book online right now. If you're listening, georgewallace.net. That's georgewallace.net. I did not go to Amazon because they take all your money.
Yeah. I will throw a link to it to make it easy to find. Mr. Wallace, thank you so much for the time, sir.
And that's Dr. Wallace. Don't you feel better since you talked to me?
I do feel better now, yes.
Somebody's going to whoop my one day, I swear. All this Bull Twit. Hey, have a good day now. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Again, our guest today for this Movie Star Monday has been Dr. George Wallace, very, very funny comedian, and his new book, Bull Twit and Whatnot. It's available right now. And again, his website is georgewallace.net. I've got a link to it also in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Where do you think the very first curbside pickup was? Wrong. The Pig Stand. You were not going to guess that. It's a restaurant in Los Angeles, the very first eatery in the world to offer curbside pickup. The year was 1931, and the Pig Stand actually had a door that you would drive up to. Somebody would come out and hand you your food. It was a door, but sort of a drive-through. The first drive-through, by the way, with a drive-through window. Do you know who that was?
No.
Jack in the Box, 1951. Really? Yeah. That's today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Today, Dateline, Myanmar. I don't think we've ever done a story from Myanmar.
We have not, but I'm super impressed with them
They've
lately.
been in the news lately, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
And there's a lot of stuff going on over there. But this is the interesting thing. There's a video that's gone viral. An aerobics instructor in Myanmar. The video has gone viral after she was filming herself dancing without realizing there was a military coup happening right behind her.
Oh, wow.
She's out there doing this little dance and showing, and it's just the funniest thing because she's so happy and peppy and everything that's going on. And behind her, you got all this stuff going on. And just the contrast is absolutely amazing.
That's amazing.
So it's like, I remember a video a while back. There was a guy mowing his lawn while there was a tornado in the background, but he's like, I'm finishing the lawn. I don't care. But he knew there was something going on. She didn't even know. Just kind of makes it fun. A news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Police arrested a woman who had been shopping with 5 children for theft after she went through the self-service checkout and failed to pay for 16 of the approximately 30 items in a cart.
Oh, man.
Now, the woman said she maybe didn't get some of these scanned because of the kids. She said that they were running around making things chaotic. I tried to get everything scanned, but apparently something didn't scan.
Something.
But they're going, okay, if it was one thing, maybe.
We could see that, but not
2
16 things.
They say that the items that she failed to scan totaled over $66. So there you go. I'm not a fan of the self-checkout thing. For that reason,
they don't
I'm
want
like,
that stuff happening.
Well,
They should
and
have
I'm like, I don't want to do this. And it's not because I'm worried about kids, all of that. I much rather hand it over and say, you do it. I don't know how to do all of this. Every time I have done it, I feel like an idiot. I'm like,
I just don't like them because they cost Americans jobs.
This is today's weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by RedCrossBlood.org. Would you be surprised if Dirty Harry showed up in your town?
Yes.
No, he's not the real Clint Eastwood, but a Florida man pointed a gun at his neighbor, just like the famed actor. 67-year-old Stephen Benning pulled a gun after he taped a not-so-friendly note on his neighbor's door at a Tropical Waters RV resort. Neighbor confronted Benning on Friday evening. Things escalated. He pulled a gun. What the victim said, Clint Eastwood style. Before a gun was ever pulled, Benning posted a note saying, muzzle your dog, don't be a moron. Put that on the neighbor's door, not on the dog. You put it on the door. Deputies arrived. That's when they surrounded the motorhome. Charged him with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His neighbor, Jeff Johnston, wants the craziness to stop. He said, I just want him gone. He said, I'll say he got what he deserved. Arrested. Hopefully, he no longer lives here. So, not good neighbors from the sounds of it. Not good.
Yeah, you don't want to have
all.
enemies
No.
as neighbors.
That's just a bad
makes
thing.
everything
It
very
does.
difficult.
It's not good. This is today's Moment of Duh, brought to you by redcrossblood.org.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. I encourage you to play along at home if you'd like. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. How about this one? Desert Cove, Scottsdale, Arizona. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
I'm going to say rehab center.
And you get a golf clap. You got it right. It is a rehab center. Yeah, Desert Cove, Scottsdale, Arizona. Good job.
Why, thank
You're
you.
getting really good at this one now. Did you go through my list? Is that what
did
you're...
not.
Yeah. I caught you over here on my computer. That's what you're doing.
Oh, right.
Just so you sound super smart on the
Yeah.
radio. All right, I'm going to have
It's
to...
not like there's any
show-
money involved or anything.
There should be.
There should be. I
Yeah.
would maybe put a little more effort into
And every time you get it wrong, you got to pay me. Maybe not. That'd be bad. This has been Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. It's not often we talk about a story where somebody had their life saved, but anytime we do, I love to read those stories. So here's the headline. 2 Louisiana sanitation workers saved a kidnapped girl and potentially saved her life. So this happened. They're now being hailed as heroes for saving a 10-year-old girl who had
I
been
read about this
abducted
online.
from a family member's home. There's a photo of the two and this young lady. It is just absolutely amazing.
It's awesome.
Dion Merrick and Brandon Antone, workers for a place called Pelican Waste and Debris, they were on their shift and they spotted a vehicle matching an Amber Alert that had been put out for a missing child. He says, something told me. I said, what's that car doing off in the field like that? And he posted this in a video on Facebook Live. They pulled over the garbage truck on the wrong side of the highway. They blocked the silver sedan from escaping while they called 911. After a responding officer commended the men for their actions, Merrick began to tear up. She's safe right now, Merrick said, adding that he has a little girl of his own. The suspect is being held at the jail without bond on charges of aggravated kidnapping of a child. The officers presented Merrick and Antone with a Citizens Award for bravery and diligence. And that is so, so cool. As their employer, I bet those people are super, super happy too that, you know, what a great thing. We got great guys that went out and did this. And, you know, it doesn't hurt that the name of their company is being splashed all over the place too. Because I bet there are people in that community going, you know what? Let's get those guys to come do our garbage. I mean...
Well, oh yeah, for sure.
They're like superheroes too. They'll also,
that's
in
such
addition,
a great story. I love that.
In addition to taking care of the trash, they also, you know, take care of the neighborhood. I just think that's such a cool thing. Now I'm going to go write a comic book. Doesn't that sound like a fun comic book? That would be a cool comic book. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.